Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Grinstead, author of the book Freedom from Suffering: A Journey of Hope, and someone who's been working with people with chronic pain, mental health, or addictive disorders for almost 30 years now. Welcome to this must-see video. You know, we hear the word stress all the time, but what does that really mean? Well, for me, it means that it is the most important issue that I almost always start out with when I work with people, and it's one of the highlights of all of my trainings, that I believe that proper stress identification and management is crucial, no matter whether you're having problems with chronic pain, mental health problems, or addictive disorders. The stress reaction is something that's built into us as part of our fight, flight, freeze survival. And it is really a necessary component. However, many times we overutilize this adaptation response and it causes problems. You know, I want to just briefly explain the importance of knowing what the levels of stress are that you're experiencing, and most important, what are some simple things you can do to bring your stress levels down. And please, you know, you will find here a place to register for a free PDF worksheet that I've developed titled Identifying and Managing Your Stress. It is an essential part of any healthcare treatment plan. So let's talk about stress. I like to use the concept of the stress thermometer developed by Terry Gorski, my friend, mentor, and colleague. Talks about the different zones of stress. The first is the relaxation zone. This is when stress levels are at level 1. You know, when you first wake up in the morning, you're nearly asleep, deeply relaxed. Level 2, well, now you might be up and kind of on autopilot, but you're totally not focused yet. And then level 3, this is where you're becoming a little more focused, but the focus is on relaxing. I call this vacation mode. That's one zone. The next zone is functional stress. This is levels 4, 5, and 6. This is what we need in order to function in a healthy way. At level 4, we're becoming focused and active. At level 5, this is free-flowing without effort. Level 6 is where we start entering the danger zone, especially if you're experiencing chronic pain, mental health problems, or addiction problems. This starts the danger zone because at level 6, you start having to force yourself and push harder than usual. Have you ever had one of those days? You were getting everything done, but it was taking a lot more effort than usual? That's level 6. Now, levels 7, 8, and 9 are the stress reaction zone. This is where there's actually a biochemical as well as psychological response in the brain. At level 7, this is where we lose focus. We go in and out of focus, maybe get a little spacey. When I hit level 8, this is where I get irritated, agitated, maybe driven and defensive. If I move to level 9, oh my, that's the overreaction zone. I call it also foot and mouth stage. This is where I'm going to say or do something I know I'm going to regret, but I just can't stop myself. Have you ever been there? You know, you hear yourself in your head, don't do it, and you do it anyway. That's level 9. And then level 10 is the meltdown stage. This is where people are at the highest risk for doing self-defeating behaviors. And it's important to be able to recognize, and there's some very, very simple things that you can do to bring your levels of stress down. The simplest of all is learning how to breathe and using a deep breathing exercise in order to lower your levels of stress. This is one of the tools that's listed on the worksheet that you could register for. And remember, a lot of times when we're in that stress reaction zone, this is where we're at the highest risk for suffering. And I believe that freedom from suffering is a right, and it's also a responsibility. And this stress identification and management is the most important tool that you can learn. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for visiting Freedom from Suffering Now.